Of Skillfully Sculpted. Thank you all so much for coming on back to check out some more fitness videos. If this is your first time here, make sure you click on that subscribe button so you can always make sure you're up to date with all the newest fitness videos from Skillfully Sculpted. So the focus of this video is going to be some exercises that you can do to help shape, tone, and sculpt your shoulders using only a resistance band. So it doesn't matter what level of fitness you're at, you can always modify the resistance of the resistance band that you choose, whether it be light, heavy, or medium. Whatever the case is, these are some exercises that you can add to your workout routine to help shape and define your shoulders. Let's go ahead and move into it. So, as you can see, I have my resistance bands here. We're going to go ahead and move into it. So the first exercise is a very common one, and we're actually going to combine two together here. So these are frontal and lateral raises, which I'm sure many of you have done before or heard of if you haven't performed them. So depending on where you place your feet is going to determine how difficult that resistance is. The further out you place your feet, the more difficult it's going to be to raise the bands, and then if you bring them in closer, the easier. So with your frontal and lateral raises, you would go ahead and move straight through it, frontal and lateral. Nice and controlled, and the key here is to make sure that you are using your shoulders to really lift. You don't want to use your whole body and throw your body into it. You really want to control that movement up and down. So you will perform your desired amount of reps, and once you're done, just to give it a little added burn, you can even pulse once you're done. So taking them up here and then pulsing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then you would take them down and do the same thing on the other side. So those are frontal and lateral raises. The second exercise is going to be an overhead press. So for this, again, depending on how much of the band you leave loose is going to determine how difficult it is. So the closer you move your foot, or more so the shorter amount of space you have, the more difficult it's going to be to press that band overhead. So you would go ahead and drop one side, get your foot in a good position on the band, bring that arm up, making sure you keep your elbows bent at about a 90-degree angle, and you would press up, nice and controlled, for that overhead press. Really making sure that you put your shoulder to work here. Try not to lean forward, and when you bring it down, you want to bring it down to the position that you started in. So go ahead and control that press up and down, and then once you're done, you would go ahead and perform it on the other side. So we'll go ahead and move into our next few exercises. So the next couple exercises are going to require that you have your resistance band hooked up to something that's going to keep it in a stable position. So this could be a doorknob, wrapping it around a pole, around a chair that's very sturdy, whatever the case is. For here, I'm going to go ahead and wrap mine around this for the next few exercises that we're going to do. Now, for whatever you hook your band up to, the amount of times that you loop it is going to determine how much resistance you create for your exercises. So I'm only looping mine one time here. So the first exercise that we're going to do are going to be rear delts, and these are very great for hitting, as they describe, the back of your deltoids. So you would have the band crossed, you would go ahead, extend your arms, and from here you would press behind you, nice and controlled, making sure to keep your body in an upright position. You want to keep your arms parallel to the ground and really squeeze as if you were bringing your shoulder blades to touch right in the center. So this is excellent for hitting the back of your shoulders, rear delts, really good. And you can perform these anywhere as long as you have a place that you can hook your resistance band up to. And turning around, the next one are going to be chest flies or chest press, whichever you'd like to call them. So not only are these hitting your chest muscles, but they're also going to hit the front of your shoulders. So same thing basically as the rear delts, making sure your arms are extended. And from here, go ahead and take them up in front of you, bringing those arms in the center, nice and controlled, and these are going to also focus on the front of your shoulders and not only your chest muscles. And the last exercise that we're going to do, keeping that band hooked up to whatever it is, are going to be cross jabs. So this is just a different way to switch up how you're working your shoulders and incorporating some of your other smaller muscles within your shoulders. You would go ahead, keep the arms extended, and you would jab, crossing all the way from side to side. Nice and controlled here. Just a different way to mix it up and work your shoulder muscles. And that's it. So those have been some simple exercises that you can perform using just a shape your muscles, specifically your shoulder muscles, so that you can get a nice defined look up top. So this has been Rashida Marshall of Skillfully Sculpted. I hope you all have enjoyed it, and I hope you include some of those in your exercise routine, and I look forward to bringing you some more soon. Bye.